Welcome to Letters to Rising Leaders. It's a podcast series about God, soul, love, and leadership. And I'm your host, Tom Mohr. If you are following along with my book, Letters to Rising Leaders, this is week 3, Connected in Space. What the heck does that mean, connected in space? Today we're talking about God's connectedness in the world. We're talking about the immanence of God, His presence in all things. I think that the wider we can open our hearts to God, the more we're going to see that God is in love, not just with us, but with all people and all things. You've heard God referred to as Emmanuel. Emmanuel means God with us. God is everywhere, with and in everyone and everything. Just think of that. I am interwoven with the great I am, and so are you, and so is everyone. We're all threads in this vast divine tapestry called love. And it leads us to questions, I think. Once we see the connectedness of ourselves to everything else, if the monarch butterfly is touched by God, is it not worthy of protection? If the Amazon basin is touched by God, is it not worthy of protection? If the Syrian refugee living in a tent in some camp is touched by God, is she not worthy of protection? Seeing God in all things enables our circles of care to expand. After I built my own tech company in Silicon Valley, I went on to coach tech company CEOs, and I still do. Today I live in Minnesota, but before COVID, we lived in San Jose, California. And a number of the CEOs I coached worked in San Francisco, and I would often take Caltrain up to the city to meet them. I liked to walk the sidewalks of San Francisco, going from meeting to meeting. It was a great way to get a little bit of exercise and to see this beautiful city from a different perspective. But it, of course, brought me into contact with all the other folks on the sidewalk, including the homeless. And one day I came upon a homeless woman on the street holding a sign asking for money. What happened next ended up in a poem that I included in my book, and I'd like to share it here. The poem is called Frances. Beneath the city lantern, she stood fast, clothes tattered, hair disheveled, face the same. I handed her a kind bar as I passed, then turned and sputtered softly, "What's your name?" With that, her eyes lit up with holy light. No one asks. I'm Francis, like the Pope. It hit me how an act of mine, so slight, could impart in both of us new hope. Perhaps this seems a weird way to explain how we can stop temps rising by degree, or how my race and your race might regain respectful sense of shared humanity. Perhaps systemic transformation starts with one silent shifting of the heart. I think we are called to see God in all things and in all people. Our connected world staggers under 1,000 cuts. We need gifted leaders to stitch the wounds. It's our duty, it seems to me, to be the hands and feet of God. Now, I always end with a song. This one is called Feel Its Pull. I wrote this song to celebrate the tug on our hearts that God creates and how He helps us get our feet unstuck. So I hope you enjoy it. It's a fun song. Here we go.
Feel its pull, feel its pull. It'll wrap right round your feet, stuck in the sand. Feel its pull, feel its pull. It'll take you, shake you, make you in God's plan. If goodness is a riptide, then let it pull you in. Tumble in the ocean of God's love. And at the moment that you've lost control, that's when you're riding high, carried on a current from above. Feel its pull, feel its pull. It'll wrap right round your feet, stuck in the sand. Feel its pull, feel its pull. It'll take you, shake you, make you in God's plan. And when the waves come crashing in against the jagged rocks, just hold on tight, trust God to see you through. Then catch a wave that comes to save until you're riding high, carried on a current from above. Feel its pull, feel its pull. It'll wrap right round your feet, stuck in the sand. Feel its pull, feel its pull. It'll take you, shake you, make you in God's plan. And then when you are ready, just hop right on God's board and bite out where the maverick waves are born. Just catch a ride by Jesus' side until you're riding high. Then hit the sand and find one who needs love. Feel its pull, feel its pull. It'll wrap right round your feet, stuck in the sand. Feel its pull, feel its pull. It'll take you, shake you, make you in God's plan. It'll take you, shake you, make you in God's plan.
Goodness is a riptide. Let it pull you in this week. Well, that's it for today. I hope you'll join us next week for the next episode in this Letters to Rising Leaders podcast series. As I say each week, leader of goodness, go in faith to love and heal the world.